I have got to the next stop, which is a good start. I got to the next stop a bit later than I had originally anticipated, but we have arrived. She has set up. I even got the side out, so I thought as I've got the side out, I'll show you what the whole reason we bought this thing. So you can see that has a slide out on the side, and it makes the inside of this van so much bigger. And in fact, all that will be our studio area in behind there. That behind that window particularly will be our edit and control room. And yeah, you can see that it widens the vehicle significantly in that sort of living space, all the way to the front window, because it pulls that wall out to the inside wall out to the inside of the truck, or the outside of the truck if you like. So it does make for quite a large area. It's a bloody mess in there at the moment because she's tried to half unload herself, which was a bit distressing. But there have been some there have been some benefits to arriving at the current venue, in that I have been very generously lent a car. That should give you a bit of an idea of where I am, and if that doesn't, then one would hope that it does. So Cass has lent me her car so I can do a couple of things in the morning and whip around. And I have to say, it doesn't look bad parked beside the bus, does it? Well, I guess if you've got to drive a car, a Mustang's not a bad one to drive. So thank Cass again for her generosity in lending me her car so I can pop out tomorrow and do a couple of things. One of those things will have to be fix my lights again. I think I've figured out why they're blowing, but I have certainly blown my lights again. So it's another 30 amp maxi blade that I'll find. Well, I've got plenty of them in the box now, so yeah, I'll just replace that in the morning. Probably put a bigger one in, see if that makes a difference. But anyway, we'll survive it. The show tonight might be a little later, folks, because I'm still setting up. Haven't got water attached or anything yet, so it's a little run around. But I will take you inside. Please excuse the mess. As you'll see, things have unloaded themselves everywhere. You can see it makes a huge difference inside here to the inside area. Does that make a difference? You can see up the back there where things have unloaded, and this is what will be our studio space initially. That's where all the studio gear is, and as I say, it's half unloaded itself there. It was a bit rough coming across the road today. I did plan on stopping at Cowra. Unfortunately, there must have been a bloody event on in Cowra because the streets were full. So I took the opportunity to keep moving, and I didn't even get the opportunity to see the Peace Bell, unfortunately. So I did try to pull up near it, but quite literally couldn't get within a bull's roar of it. So sorry about that. Beautiful drive though, from Cowra down through a couple of lovely little places. Blakeney, Burrawa, another nice beautiful part of the world. Of course, over those hills there, those god-awful bloody windmills, of which about half were turning today, and not turning terribly fast, but I'm led to believe that they don't turn terribly fast. They have to get turned off when the wind reaches a certain speed. This sort of confuses me a bit. Okay, you don't want an uncontrolled propeller of that size spinning around. I understand that. But why don't they take a leaf out of, I don't know, Formula One technology? Braking technology, and to be specific. In Formula One, the energy recovery systems in their vehicles rely on braking and deceleration. Those, that heat generated in the braking maneuver, and associated other bits and pieces with the car, but mostly to do with braking, is now transferred into an electric charge, which recharges a battery inside the Formula One car that gives it its little bit of boost, the button they push to get around, if you like. Now, that's a heat recovery system. So one would have thought you could set these windmills, I mean, I'm no scientist, I don't know these windmills, it might be impossible to do, but if they were set to spin to a certain wind velocity. And then if that wind velocity got higher, a brake could be applied to slow the blade or keep the blade at its optimum speed for operation. And all of the heat generated by that braking maneuver could also be put into the grid. This could be useful, given that there is not a hope in hell these thousands and thousands and thousands of kilometres of windmills are going to be able to provide baseload power. They're never going to be able to do that. But that might help if you could at least keep them turning when the wind was blowing, even hard. But then there is a storage issue. They generate huge amounts of power during the day, but not enough at night. And we're expected to believe this is the way forward for you, folks. Bloody hell. Unbelievable. So, might have a bit more to say about that when I've had a bit more time to think about it and do a little bit of research, but we'll see what happens. So I can tell you, folks, the caravan park's full up in town tonight, and a lot of lovely people around. I'll have to pop in and see Karen in the office in the morning and pay for my site, but I'll be floating around for a couple of days here before heading over to Victoria, so helping Cass pack a bit. Tomorrow I've got a little bit of a mission at the War Memorial, so I will do a live from the War Memorial tomorrow, and maybe one other place, we'll see. I've also got to be Cass's chauffeur tomorrow, so we'll see how we go. I don't mind being Cass's chauffeur, it's only to the airport. She's flying up to Queensland for another couple of seminars, I think, and then headed back down to Victoria for the rest of what we're doing with Ainsley through Victoria, kicking off in Ballarat on the 23rd. So love to see you in Doveton Street, Ballarat on the 23rd for the Ainsley Bullion Freedom Financial Solutions FFS seminar. Been watching the price of gold and silver, folks? Stop watching, start buying. Have yourself a good night. If I can get this thing set up and I'll get a little bit of intel, I'll do something a bit later on. But at the moment, while the sun's still up, I'm going to try and wire myself up, plug myself in, water myself up and get sorted. Thanks, folks. Talk soon. Love you lots, and be safe on the road. Stay away from the dickheads, not one of which I saw today, can I just say. Not one dickhead. Everybody was brilliant, really brilliant on the road. So congratulations to everybody today. Let's hope that continues. Hooroo.